Alright, hello everyone. Kamusta? Ang lecture natin ngayon, under to ng General Psychology, I'm gonna discuss the psychology of self-awareness and self-actualization. Etong self-awareness and self-actualization, talagang dinidiscuss yan sa General Psychology. Dapat pag psych major ka, basic na basic yan. Dapat master mo, alam mo, yung connection between those two concepts. Bible verse muna tayo, as always. Hindi mabubuhay yung channel natin ng walang God's Word. John 6:38, "For I have come down from heaven," si Jesus nagsasalita dyan, "not to do my own will, but to do the will of Him who sent me." Talon tayo sa John 10:10, "The thief comes only to steal, and kill, and destroy." Grabe pala yung thief, no? "I have come," yung I dito si Jesus. Contrast statements yan, "that they may have life, and have it to the full." And then punta tayo sa Mark 10:45, "For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give His life as a ransom for many." Siyempre, alam naman natin na yung ransom dito, nangyari yan when Jesus was crucified on the cross. So, itong passages na yan, i-connect natin lahat yan sa topic natin on self-awareness and self-actualization. Ang sabi ng APA Online Dictionary, ito raw ang self-awareness, self-focused attention or knowledge. Medyo deep, no, yung definition ng self-awareness. So, simplihan na lang natin, your self-awareness is determined by the degree to which you know yourself. Sa Tagalog, gaano mo kakilala ang sarili mo? Gaano ka kagaling sumagot ng question na, who am I? Everybody say, who am I? Kung may katabi ka dyan, kalabitin mo, sabihin mo sa kanya, who am I? Ayan. So kung magaling kang sumagot sa who am I, alam na alam mo yung mga key questions about yourself, mataas ang self-awareness. Kapag ang sagot mo dito, puro hindi ko alam, lagi kang nakanganga, lagi kang nagkakamot ng ulo pag tinanong ka ng mga questions na yan, anong gift mo, saan papunta buhay mo, anong purpose mo, anong mga emotional patterns mo, strengths and weaknesses, puro ka lang kamot ng ulo, hindi mo alam, ibig sabihin mababa ang self-awareness. So the more you answer these questions, the better the self-awareness. Mas hindi mo alam, mas mababa ang self-awareness. Now, two facts about self-awareness, very important for psych majors to know. Una, alam nyo ba ang self-awareness is a life skill? Sa Tagalog, isa tong kakayanan. And since self-awareness is a skill, ibig sabihin, iba-iba tayo ng levels dyan. May mga tao na poor ang self-awareness, meron din namang mga magagaling or matataas ang self-awareness. Now, given the fact that most of my audience are college students, mga nasa kolehiyo, ang assumption ko, karamihan ng self-awareness ninyo mabababa. Nasa poor level or even in the below average level, and that is supported by the literature. Kasi karamihan ng mga college students, yung age group ninyo, which is in adolescence, papuntang young adulthood, yung identity ninyo hindi pa ganun ka solid, hindi pa siya ganun kabuo. So we can expect that many students in this age range, mababa pa ang self-awareness. But there's a good news, this is a learnable skill. Sa Tagalog, pwede mong matutunan. So, kung mababa ang self-awareness mo, pwede kang mag-aral ng mga key principles para pataasin yung overall self-awareness mo. Ang tanong, ano bang mapapala natin pag pinataas natin yung self-awareness natin, leads us to number 2. Self-awareness is not only a skill, it is a very important, it is a very valuable life skill. Ibig sabihin, mahalaga na ang isang tao mataas ang self-awareness. Hindi to optional. This is one way for you to improve, to upgrade the quality of your life. Kung gusto mong mas maging masaya, gusto mong mas maging maganda mental health mo, paano gagawin? Pataasin, galingan, practicein ang self-awareness. In fact, the reverse is true. This is one factor bakit may mga tao pangit, poor ang mental health. Many people today are very confused, unfulfilled in life, very anxious in life, hindi maganda ang mental health. Yan ang reason. Bakit? Mababa ang self-awareness. So that's how I'm going to interpret these numbers. 'Di ba? Karamihan daw ng mga kabataan ngayon, as you can see the age range here, yung mula 16 hanggang 21, ito yung mga matataas sa mga mental health issues. in connection to the lecture right now. Ano ang reason bakit matataas ang mga mental health issues niyan? Bakit sila mga depressed? I would say one factor would be self-awareness. Mababa. Hindi nila kilala ang mga sarili nila because that is a risk factor. Yung mga nagki-clinical psychology dyan, that's a very important statement. Isang risk factor sa mental health natin kapag poor ang self-awareness, mababa. So we can form this framework. Pwede nyong itest to, kung may mga time kayo, i-research ninyo, sukatin nyo yung self-awareness, sukatin nyo yung poor mental health. Ang hypothesis natin, mas mataas ang, o mas mababa ang self-awareness, mas mababa ang mental health. Hindi maganda sa mental health kapag hindi mo kakilala ang sarili mo. Hindi ka aware kung sino ka. To illustrate this framework, meron lang akong maikling kwento yung eagle among chickens. Okay lang ba magkwento ako ng eagle among chickens? Okay lang ba? Wala naman kayong choice kahit ayaw nyo kasi channel ko to. Tama ba? So, kukwento ko pa rin. So, once upon a time, meron daw isang eagle na nangitlog. Yung mga nakikinig, merong isang eagle. Ano nangyari sa eagle? Nangitlog. Ngayon, yung itlog ng eagle na yon napunta sa eagle's nest. Siyempre, maraming itlog ng eagle doon. Ngayon, isang araw, humangin ng malakas, isa sa mga itlog ng eagle nahulog. Sakto nung nahulog yung isang eagle egg, sumakto doon sa nest ng mga chicken sa baba. Kasi yung eagle's nest sa taas, yung chicken nest sa baba. Bumagsak yung eagle's egg doon sa chicken's nest. Fast forward, syempre, yung mother chicken, wala naman siyang pakialam kung ilan o kung tama ba yung mga itlog doon, edi inalagaan niya yung mga itlog to the point na nag-hatch na, fast forward. So lumabas yung mga sisiyo ng chicken, kasama na rin din yung naligaw na eagle egg. So naging maliit na eagle siya na lumaki among the chickens. Kaya siya naging eagle among chickens. Obviously, dahil etong si eagle, lagi niyang kasama yung mga chickens, inisip niya, yung identity niya, chicken din siya. Although talagang takang-taka lang siya, bakit iba yung kulay niya, iba yung size niya, at meron siyang mga nararamdaman na kakaiba compared sa mga kapatid niya. Hindi niya trip yung mga kinakain ng kapatid niya. Hindi niya trip paano gumalaw yung mga kapatid niya. Lalo na yung paglipad ng mga kapatid niya. Parang nakokornihan siya kapag yung mga kapatid niya nagtatry na lumipad. Yon. Weirdo siya. Bakit? Ibang-iba siya sa mga kapatid niya. But yung turning point ng kwento is one day, habang naglalaro sila ng mga kapatid niyang chicken, etong si eagle, si young eagle, nakakita ng adult eagle. Lumilipad yung adult eagle. Alam niyo naman ang eagle pag lumipad, astig, 'di ba? Talagang nakaspread yung wings niyan, talagang effortlessly nagfo-float sa air. And when the young eagle saw the adult eagle, doon na something fired up inside him. For some reason, parang inisip niya, gusto kong maging ganyan. Inisip niya, kaya ko rin gawin yung ginagawa niya. Inisip niya, bakit meron akong feeling na I am meant to be like that? Nagkaroon siya sa psychology, ang tawag natin dyan, dissonance. Bakit ganon? Chicken ako, pero bakit gusto kong maging ganon? Maging eagle. Without him knowing, kaya niya nararamdaman yung mga yon. Bakit? All the time, eagle pala talaga siya. Okay? So, i-zoom in natin yung eagle sa kwento. In that case, meron siyang low levels of well-being. Diba? He is an eagle eating like a chicken. Eagle thinking like a chicken. And most importantly, he is an eagle flying like a chicken. Yan yung pinakamalungkot. You can do more. You are more than just a chicken, but you are doing chicken things. Bakit? Kasi wala kang self-awareness eh. Akala mo, chicken ka, pero sa totoo lang, eagle ka. To summarize the situation of the eagle here, parang sinasabi dito, you are not being someone you are designed to be. Dinisenyo ng Diyos ito para maging eagle. Pero, nag-a-act siya na parang chicken. Hindi tugma, hindi aligned. Kung gusto mong tumaas yung well-being, dapat, kung anong dinesign sa'yo ni Lord, ganun ang lifestyle mo. Ito hindi eh. Hindi siya aligned. Kasi nga, mababa yung self-awareness niya. Does that make sense? And this is not only a simple story to illustrate poor self-awareness in our everyday life. Ganyan din maraming tao ngayon, especially young people. college students. Don't you agree? 'Di ba marami mga college students ngayon hindi alam yung mga sagot sa mga questions na yan about themselves. Anong purpose ko? Bakit ba ako nandito? Sino ba ako? Saan ba ako papunta? Bakit ang gulo-gulo ng buhay ko? If you have these questions, if you have these feelings, most likely, mababa ang self-awareness mo and your mental health is in danger. Kaya risk factor to sa mental health. Kung aamin ka na talagang you are one of those people na mababa ang self-awareness, you have to do something to improve on your self-awareness. So sa next lecture natin i-discuss yan. For the meantime, let's ask a deeper question. Why? Bakit? Bakit ang poor self-awareness leads to poor mental health? In this question, nagkakaroon na tayo ng mediating variable. Alam na alam yan ng mga nagsa-psychological research, ang mediating variable, it explains the relationship between two variables. In this case, self-awareness and mental health. 'Di ba sabi sa framework kanina, kapag kilala mo sarili mo, maganda mental health mo. Kung hindi mo kilala ang sarili mo, poor self-awareness, pangit ang mental health mo. Ang tanong, bakit? Ano ang nagko-connect? Ano ang nagkakabit between self-awareness and mental health? Ang sagot dyan, self-actualization. At syempre, when you hear self-actualization, maaalala ninyo, babangon sa hukay, sino? Si Abraham Maslow. Kilala nyo yan, asawa ni Mrs. Maslow, na tatay ni Maslow Jr. Hindi, joke lang. Siyempre, joke lang yon. Aminin nyo, natatawa kayo sa mga jokes ko. Anyway, so self-actualization, yan yung ifo-focus natin sa next part ng lectures, sa next part of this lecture, no? So self-actualization, i-connect mo kay Abraham Maslow, ito yung nandoon sa pinakataas ng hierarchy of needs. Although in my previous lectures, kinorek ko yan. Sinabi ko sa mga lectures ko, hanapin nyo lang sa YouTube channel, kulang pa yung self-actualization. It's not the pinnacle. It is not the ceiling of the hierarchy. After nyan, may tinatawag pang self-transcendence. Panoorin nyo na lang sa mga lectures ko. But for the meantime, focus lang muna tayo sa self-actualization. Ito yung highest need na dapat daw, sabi ni Maslow, makakuha ng mga tao after getting or securing these needs in the pyramid. Sabi ng APA Online Dictionary, ito ang definition ng self-actualization: realization of that of which one is capable, involving, altogether with, maximum development of abilities. Tagalogin natin, ibig sabihin ng self-actualization, ito yung proseso na kung saan nare-realize mo, natutupad mo yung mga abilities na dinisenyo sa'yo na meron ka. Yun ang self-actualization. Proseso ito, kaya nga ION eh. Pag sinabi mong ION, it's a process of being the person that you are meant to be. Kapag natupad mo na yung self-actualization, ang tawag na sa iyo, self-actualized. Nagets nyo? Ito yung process, ito yung destination. Papunta ka pa lang, nandito ka na, yung self-actualized. Alam mo na kung sino ka. Alam mo kung ano yung mga kaya mong gawin at hindi mo kayang gawin. Alam mo bakit ka na sa mundo. Alam mo yung purpose mo. Lahat ng tungkol sa'yo, malinaw na malinaw. Sure na sure ka sa sarili mo. And according to studies, this is a very powerful predictor of mental health. Yan yung sinasabi ko kanina. Yung mga feeling ninyo, poor ang mental health ninyo, may mga psychological issues kayo, anxious kayo sa buhay, hindi kayo kontento sa mga sarili ninyo. One way to improve on that is to self-actualize. Kinakailangan ma-achieve mo, pagdaanan mo yung self-actualization. Kapag nag-self-actualize ka, na-achieve mo na yan, gaganda ang mental health mo. In fact, to be more specific, i-zoom in natin, ito raw yung mga characteristics, mga katangian ng mga taong self-actualize na. And what do you notice? Kahit sa ang bullet ka pumunta dito, bunot ka ng isa dyan, it's a good predictor of mental health. Diba? Spontaneous ka, creative ka, comfortable ka being alone, you find joy in humor, committed ka for growth. Lahat yan nangyayari kapag self-actualized ka na. Pampaganda ng mental health ang maging self-actualized person. That's why in the Bible, I would say si Jesus, sobrang ganda ng mental health because he is one of the characters in the Bible na talaga namang self-actualized. Kung describe mo sa akin si Jesus, magbigay ka ng quality, psychological quality na obvious meron si Jesus, ito ibibigay ko. He was a very self-actualized person. And in many of the passages, many statements he made, talagang will confirm that he is a self-actualized person. Yung mga binasa nating passages, mga indicators yan na si Jesus was self-actualized. Klarong-klaro siya kung sino siya. Klarong-klaro siya kung anong dapat niyang gawin. Sabi niya, "For I have come down from heaven not to do my own will, but to do the will of Him who sent me." Malinaw na malinaw sa kanya yan. May mission siya sa buhay, and every day of his life, yan yung pinag-aatupag niya. Matupad niya yung mission niya sa buhay. Kasi nga, self-actualized siya. For even the Son of Man did not come to be served. Siyempre, yung Son of Man dyan, siya yan. Si Jesus yan. But to serve and to give His life as a ransom for many. So if you read the Gospels, yan yung lagi niyang ginagawa. Serving other people. Nagpipreach siya, nagbibigay siya ng pagkain, nagbibigay siya ng spiritual wisdom, and of course, the word ransom here refers to the crucifixion. Walang sinayang na oras si Jesus when He was on earth. He was just focused on the things that He is supposed to do, which is, again, isang katangian ng isang self-actualized person. Kaya gusto ko rin sana ma-realize ninyo how important it is to be a self-actualized person, kasi kapag gumagawa ka ng mga bagay na self-actualize ka, ang ganda ng impact. Can you imagine si Jesus? 3 years lang yung ministry niya, nung sinimulan niya talaga yung work niya, yung talagang nasa full level siya of self-actualization. 3 years lang niya ginawa yon, pero yung impact niya hanggang ngayon, damang-dama pa rin. Hanggang ngayon, obvious na obvious pa rin. Look at Christianity today. Look at the church today. 2,000 years ago na. Pinasimula ni Jesus, hanggang ngayon, tuloy-tuloy pa rin. Bakit? Because He did the work in the self-actualized level. Oh, so hindi lang yung maganda sa mental health. Kapag gumagawa ka ng mga bagay na nandoon ka sa self-actualized version mo, gumaganda rin yung outcomes. Gumaganda yung impact. Kaya kamusta ang pagiging self-actualize mo? Ba? Ikaw ba alam mo? Ikaw ba self-actualize ka? Bakit ka ba nabubuhay? Para saan ba yung life mo? To answer that question means you have to be a self-actualized person. So for those of you na hindi pa self-actualized, hindi mo pa alam yung purpose mo, yung mission mo sa buhay, anong dinesign sa'yo ni Lord for this life, sana gawin yung goal yan before this year ends. Masagot nyo na yung question na yan. Now, in the Bible, meron bang passages na nagre-reflect ng konsepto ng self-actualization? I would say that would be John 10:10. Sabi dyan, "The thief comes only to steal, kill, and destroy. I have come that they may have life and have it to the full." Paano naging self-actualization dyan? I want to highlight on the word life. Diba? Si Jesus daw nagbibigay ng life. And true enough, lahat tayong nakikinig right now, lahat ng kakilala mo ngayon may life. Kaya nga tayo nag-e-exist. Number 1 yon, life given. Lahat ng nakikinig ngayon sa lecture ko, meron tayong life given to us by God. Pero, number 2, the degree. How much life we have in that life differ. Pwedeng buhay ka, pero wala kang kabuhay-buhay. Diba? Yun yung ibig sabihin nun. May kakilala ka bang ganyan? Buhay, pero walang kabuhay-buhay. Anong ibig sabihin ng term na buhay-buhay? Walang kabuhay-buhay. Ang ibig sabihin ko dyan would be how self-actualized the life of the person is. Diba? If you can see the passage, yung life, within the life, yung buhay, sa loob ng buhay natin, in degree. Sabi ni Jesus, that they may have life and have it to the full. Yung statement na yan, have it to the full, ibig sabihin may degree of life within our life. May mga life na walang kabuhay-buhay, parang patay, buhay lang siya, humihinga lang siya, kumakain lang siya, pumupunta lang siya sa school, pero sa totoo lang, dead siya inside. Ibig sabihin, hindi siya self-actualized. On the other hand, doon sa other end of the spectrum, have it to the full. May mga tao, posible sa buhay na yung life mo, punong-puno ng life. You are living your life to the full. Anong ibig sabihin nun? Ito na yung mga self-actualized person. Yung buhay nila, punong-puno ng buhay because they impact many lives of others. Ang gaganda ng mga outcomes ang ginagawa nila. Bakit? Because they are doing all these things habang self-actualized sila. Pero syempre, ang focus ko dito yung not full. Diba? So, yung mga tao na may buhay pero walang kabuhay-buhay, hindi self-actualized, ito na yon. Babalikan lang natin yung graph natin. Those people who are not living their life to the full because they are not self-actualized via Jesus, ano nangyayari? Nagkakaroon ng mga consequences in their mental health. Ito na yung mga taong ito yung nafe-feel. Ikaw ba yan yung nafe-feel mo? Umamin ka. Yung feeling mo, meron ka namang basic needs. Meron ka namang food, meron ka namang friends, may bahay ka, ang dami mo namang savings, meron kang 100,000 sa bangko, meron ka namang jowa, meron ka namang asawa. Meron ka naman lahat, kaya lang for some reason parang may kulang pa rin. Parang merong hole, may butas na hindi mo mapunuan. Bakit parang hindi ka pa rin masaya kahit na meron ka na nung mga needs mo? I-connect mo yan sa self-actualization ni Maslow. Anong sasagot ni Maslow yan? Yan yung nangyayari sa'yo. Puro ka checkmark dito. Sa pyramid, in fairness, meron kang kinakain, meron kang safety needs, so may bahay ka naman, mahal ka naman ng jowa mo, mahal mo rin yung jowa mo. Nagmamahalan kayo, nirespeto ka naman sa community ninyo. Pero bakit may kulang pa rin? Kasi kulang ka sa self-actualization. Hindi mo kilala yung sarili mo, hindi ka self-actualized, so your life is not in the full level. You are not living your life to the full. Buhay ka lang, pero yung buhay mo, walang kabuhay-buhay. So, going back, eto na. Kasi 'di ba sabi ko, sasagutin ko tong question na to. Eto na. Bakit kapag poor ang self-awareness mo, nagiging poor rin ang mental health mo? Ang sagot dyan is, ang mediating variable natin, kasi hindi ka nakakapag-self-actualize kapag wala kang self-awareness. Self-awareness is the prerequisite para magkaroon ka ng self-actualization papuntang magandang mental health. Kaya lang, in this framework, yun nga yung storya. Hindi mo kilala sarili mo, therefore hindi ka makapag-self-actualize at dahil dyan, pangit, poor, mababa ang quality ng mental health mo. Diba? Ulitin ko, self-awareness is the prerequisite to being self-actualized. Kung walang self-awareness, walang self-actualized person. Kaya yun yung sagot ko sa mga numbers na yan. Bakit yung mga numbers na yan ganyan ang itsura? Mataas ang mental health issues because many of these people, ito ang nagiging framework ng psyche nila. They don't know themselves, therefore they cannot self-actualize, therefore mababa ang mental health. Kaya yung obvious na application ko dito is, kung gusto natin gumanda yung mga mental life natin, mag-self-aware tayo. Kapag self-aware tayo, makakapag-self-actualize tayo, therefore, gaganda ang mental health. Pero yun nga yung problema. Many young people today, hindi alam paano maging self-awareness. And it's so interesting to ask, bakit kaya? Bakit marami mga tao ngayon hindi aware sa sarili? Hindi kilala ang sarili, yan ang i-discuss ko sa next lecture. So meron itong some sort of part 2. Abangan nyo. In that lecture, I'm going to discuss ano ba yung mga nagiging psychological factors that prevent someone humihinto sa atin na maging aware kung sino tayo. So that pwede nating ma-eliminate, tanggalin yung mga factors na yon, ma-achieve natin yung self-awareness, papuntang self-actualization, papuntang magandang mental health. Alright? So, yun lang, yung maikli nating lecture tungkol sa self-awareness at ano ang connection yan sa self-actualization. Kapag self-aware ka, makakapag-self-actualize ka, gaganda ang mental health mo. So, yun lang yung point ng lecture na to. If you have any questions, comments, ilagay nyo lang dyan sa baba. Sir Howard here. Until the next lecture, God bless everyone. Bye-bye.